Hello, welcome to Life with Francy, the YouTube channel. I'm trying to bring content just for YouTube, but my main content thing is podcast. So, Life with Francy Podcast, you can find it in all major platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, and more. Now, with the YouTube channel, I am trying to bring content just for YouTube. And I have people ask me, like, what's my setup? Because I love planners and everything. So I thought to make a video where I show my planners and my journals. Anyways, my message for my podcast and my content and everything is mental health, self love, self care, trauma, hobbies, and more. I want to create a community where we support one another in business and personal life. So I just wanted to let you know a little bit about me. I'm originally from Puerto Rico, and now I live in Kansas. And so 2019, I was like doing a lot of journals and meetups and things like that. And now 2023, I want to start bringing those again. So I will be having more online events and things like that and showing you more of my process. So I'm getting comfortable with the camera. I'm not I'm not good at it. So I'm good for this. Everybody's like, oh my gosh, you're always on social media. And I was like, no, I record 3 to 5 videos. Um, one day at a week, and my whole week is covered. So that's what you guys don't see behind the scenes. But now those videos in the past year has helped me get comfortable to be on camera and talk for longer than a minute. So let's see, let's get into it. Nothing is sponsored. I don't think I'm going to be talking about anything like that, but if I do, I will have it in the description of the episode. This is mostly just to show you my journaling and all the stuff that I use. So anyways, I this is my second journal, my second planner, and it's a monthly planner, and I just got it from Amazon, and I am not an affiliate yet. Not for this episode so far, but anyways, if it doesn't go here, it doesn't get done. I have an area for my budget, I have an area for quotes, I have my own codes, and I put everything in there that I have to do for the week, for the month, appointments, podcast interviews, my work schedule. So I keep track of overtime. Hopefully, the goal is 0. So go back and not do overtime so I can depend more on myself. So we'll see how that goes. And then the other one is going to be the Plum Planner. I love that. They had the quote, create your own sunshine. And then I added the Life with Francy because this is mostly to keep track in a fancy way of the things that I do outside and inside the podcast, YouTube channel, social media, everything goes there, like the activity that I did for a week. And then this one is a pretty similar layout from Happy Planner dashboard. I like that one. I'm trying to find an empty page so I can show it to you guys. Okay, so here it is. And this is my setup. You can customize it on whatever you like, but the choices are important this week. And I have just the top 3. Get it done. It has a huge list, and sometimes I turn it into something else. Don't forget positive message, because I like to have a quote for the month and sometimes a quote for the day. And here I have the quote of the week. I write stuff that I'm grateful for this spot. And then on notes, I put the assignments that I have to give my virtual assistant for the week. So usually what podcast episode we're dealing with that week. My podcast is on Mondays and on Wednesdays. And if she has to do extra graphics for me or any collaboration idea that whatever, anything that she has to do, it goes in there. And then on this space, I just write whatever I did get accomplished. So I like this one because I can have like a vision board for the week, and then I'll have what I actually accomplished that week. So I like it for that. And that's why I use this one is the Plum Planner, but I used to use the um, Happy Planner, the dashboard. I love Happy Planner as well. Plum Planner, and I have an Erin Condren too. Happy Planner, I do have the notebooks. And for this one, I'm doing it to show off things on social media or share with my assistant because I am old school. So I like to write my stuff down, and my handwriting is like not the best. So here I will have, like, I plan my content for the month, and she put it in the digital calendar, and she does all fancy in the computer, and I put it all not so fancy in my notebook. So this one is for December content schedule, and I sit there once a month and I write from 1 to whatever days we have that month. And I put different themes for different days. So I plan my content, and then at least 1 or 2 days out of the week, I record videos, like I said, for the reels, and I just batch record. And then on my days off, if I have a shout out that I want to do besides the audiogram, I will do a video to promote the podcast guest, and usually they're recorded a month to 2 months in advance. So I'm like, very OCD when it comes to my journals and my planners. And some of them go with me everywhere. I carry this book bag, and people make fun of me because I just have to have it with me. If the zombie comes, it's not gonna help me, but I sure can journal. Then another notebook that I'm using, I tried this year, is Erin Condren, and they had Peace on Earth, and I just added Life with Francy because wherever I take a picture, everybody's like, Life with Francy, what's that? So that's why I'm trying to like build a brand just with my name. And it's just a cute notebook. I have it right now where I'm writing my story, but I had the goals too for this year, and which I already made a podcast episode, and there's a YouTube episode as well. I am a little bit behind on posting interviews, but I do try to post it as soon as I post the podcast episode. It's just a podcast. It's like my priority on social media, and then YouTube, and now my website. But anyways, Erin Condren, just a cute notebook. I like spiral, so I always go for spiral. And then I have another one from Happy Planner, and this is the classic size, and then you have the big size so you can see the difference from Happy Planner. And this one I just write notes, podcast ideas, and goals and ideas for my life, and my inner circle with Portia. I have my 4 pillars of my business, so I can find and write content and do create programs and stuff that is coming soon with my Patreon app. By the time I post this episode, my Patreon will not be, but I hopefully at the end of January 2023, I can have my website and my Patreon lounge. That's the hope. So, and I love it. It's the villains. So I love their Disney collection. And then my friend, she loves me. My bestie loves me. So she got me a planner, and it says, Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Weekly Planner 2023. And here is just big empty spaces. And I'm using it for the podcast as well. So anything that I have done that I'm proud of myself for accomplishing, I will write it here. So sometimes I have absolutely nothing to write. And then one day I took a day off from both. the post office because I work for the post office, and the podcast. So it was awesome because I've been hustling on both for the longest time. So to just have a day and just watch TV, it was amazing. Usually Hallmark movies. Where are my Hallmark lovers? Please say in the comments that I'm not the only one. Anyways, and then I have this another Erin Condren notebook, so you can see too the different sizes. And this one is for the podcast as well. I write my content or ideas or anything that I want to bring to the table. And then last year, I was using this type of notebooks. And this year, I updated to this one. It's a little bit thicker. I just got them on Amazon, 5x7 notebooks. And they each have a different theme. So I will have one for my budget, one for the podcast. So when I have like crazy ideas, because the notebooks are like for more long content and more details ideas. And then I have the notebooks for brainstorming, but I have to have it by different categories because that's how my head goes. And if I go to a notebook and I'm like, oh my gosh, where did I put it? I know that it has to be in the podcast because it was about the podcast. It's Patreon because it's about the Patreon. And some people are like, oh my gosh, just do it on your phone or whatever. I am not that technical. If it wasn't because of my virtual assistant, I will not be where I am today after a year of doing this social media thing on my own. But yeah, no, let me know. Do you guys like content more like this? What should I talk about? Things that you guys want to learn that you have heard on the podcast? Because I have a lot of content on my podcast. I have over 100 episodes there. And then I have switched to YouTube, and there I have most of my interviews. And now I'm trying to record the oh yeah, my solo episode. So I'm getting used to just talking to the camera. And yeah, oh, me, myself, and I. But anyways, thank you so much for your support. I see that I have like 23 subscribers, and thank you so much for your support. And my videos are getting a little bit of traction, and I'm like, oh, that is so exciting because I really hope that it helps somebody, and that you can find different ideas, or if you're dealing with something rough, you can get some positive energy and resources, tools to help you out with whatever you're struggling in this situation, in your situation. This is Life with Francie, but my interviews is life with the person. So it's either something that I can relate to or something that I just want to give them a shout out on. So, anyways, what do you guys think? Do you guys have a bunch of planners, or you just have one and have color code and things like that? Oh yeah! Oh my goodness! Last but not least, it's my first time having a wall calendar, so I've almost forgot to show you guys this one. So this is the wall calendar, and I have here projects to do, quotes for the month, and then I have my codes and stuff, and all pretty and color coded. And oh my gosh, it's like my brain says thank you because I have this all over the place with my three planners and my million notebooks that I always carry with me. But then I can come home and be like, okay, this is what really matters. This is what I'm really focusing right now. And the things that I have mentioned is like my website, my online store, my Patreon. I want to be launching it at the end of the month. Oh, something big that I'm working right now is getting ready to tell my story on Portia Newton, the Her Majesty retreat. It's my second time going, and I'm so excited to be sharing my story in a safe place and feel comfortable so I can say it out loud. And I don't want to be known for my trauma, but if you can relate through my with my story, then I want to, have a connection communication with you, and hopefully my message can help somebody out there. My pain was not in vain. Anyways, things to do, plan content for the month, go to Her Majesty retreat. Oh, by the time this episode I am recording it, I have less than a week to get ready for Her Majesty retreat, and it's gonna be amazing. Stay tuned for more content on that one. Write my story, which is like writing my story little by little. I'm putting it all together in a professional way. The quotes that I picked for this month, I looked for them on Pinterest. So both of them had unknown, but my theme for Pinterest was less is more, I think. Uh, yeah, I think it was that. But, anyways, it said healing doesn't mean the damage never existed, it means that the damage no longer controls your life. And the second quote I found was, I wasn't ready for half of the shit I went through, but it obviously I was built for it. So yeah, I love to have a theme um um quote for the week, for the month. The purpose was to change my mindset. For the longest time I had struggled with um it's been a minute, so I'm already like losing it. Anyways, for the longest time I felt alone, and I was struggling with negative and self criticism and things like that. I started with post notes, and I had them everywhere on my wall, on my mirror, and just quotes that remind me of whatever I wanted to work through the day. Now I have set it a habit where I pick my quotes for the month, and they could be different in different planners. It's just having whatever I want to work on that month and help me out, put that message, reset it from whatever negative I have worked on, or just to have a positive message. It can't hurt, right? So, anyways, thank you so much for your support. Remember to like and subscribe, and check out my podcast if you like as well. And I will let you know about my Patreon and paid membership and all kinds of stuff coming out soon. Anyways, for now, thank you. Hope you have a blessed day.